New to my YouTube channel, my name's Berba and I make these free YouTube videos to help people to build their confidence, control their fear, their anxiety and their social anxiety. So in today's video, I'm going to be sharing with you 10 to 15 of my best techniques that I've used over the years so you can better manage your social anxiety and start living the life that you want and being more confident and comfortable around people. So if you're new to the channel, subscribe to my channel, hit the notification bell so you get notified when I put these videos out. Follow me on Instagram because I share a lot of tips, advice on how you can build confidence and get control of your social anxiety. So let's get straight into the video. So do you avoid social situations because you're afraid that you're going to get awkward in them, you're going to get nervous, you might start blushing, you might start sweating, you might lapse out and run out of things to say and get embarrassed? Or maybe you worry that people are judging you, thinking bad things about you when they meet you. Or probably you struggle to hold eye contact and you find yourself looking away. Or maybe you're in a place now where I was many years ago, which is not a good place, where you hardly go out of your house and you hardly really socialise with anyone and you're really feeling depressed and you've got to a point in life where you've had enough. Stay on this video. I promise you to do the best I can to share the honest things that have really helped me. Just to let you know as well, I've got a really professional background in coaching. I've coached hundreds of people over the years. I'm not a qualified therapist, by the way, and I'm not a doctor or a mental health worker. So I always say to people, if you're suffering with severe mental health problems, please don't contact me. Please see your local doctor or get in touch with a therapist because that is outside of my expertise. But if you ain't going through severe mental health problems, and you just need some confidence and encouragement, I hope my video can help you, alright? And make sure to tell your parents or a friend if you're suffering from any suicidal thoughts or tendencies, because I have been there and I know how you feel. But this video is going to lift you up anyway. So let's get straight into it, right? We're going to break this down slowly. I recommend you get a pen and a paper or get your phone. Take notes, because I really want you to go and try these techniques and see the results that you get. They changed my life. In fact, I wouldn't be able to do this video and talk to you guys and girls right now and be relaxed and confident if it wasn't for these techniques. So technique number one is about manually changing the way you think about yourself and your social anxiety. And what I mean by that is most people who suffer with social anxiety and social phobia, they see themselves as bad. They see their anxiety as this terrible thing that they should be ashamed of. Something that makes them strange or something that makes them not normal and everyone else doesn't have it. What you need to realize is fear and anxiety is normal and human. Everyone suffers with it. Most people have some degree of social anxiety. Some people have it more extreme than others. So you really just want to do that simple exercise now and really look at the way you're looking at your social anxiety. And you can do that by practicing it on a daily basis, just saying it out loud. Just because I've got social anxiety doesn't make me less of a person. I'm not weird. It's just I get a bit anxious and I'm working towards improving it. Step number two is about creating an action plan, which is a pad of paper or pen or anywhere where you can make notes, writing down the areas where you're most afraid socially, the areas that you back out of. For example, it could be for you going out in public, it could be going on first dates, it could be family gatherings, it could be going on public transport, it could be meeting new people, it could be social events, it could be speaking in front of the camera. Wherever you have your own fears and insecurities in these social situations, I want you to write them down on paper. It's a great therapy. It gives you a lot of relief and it gives you a bit more self-esteem. The next step is you want to gradually start slowly doing what is called exposure therapy, which is a psychologist term. It basically means you start exposing yourself to the social situations or areas in your life that frighten you. And what happens through regular practice and carefully monitored social exposure with your coach or your therapist or your friend, or if you can do it on your own, you'll start seeing significant improvements with your confidence. You'll notice that you may not completely get rid of your social phobia and anxiety. You will feel some anxiety, but the anxiety will start lessening. You'll see a significant improvement in how you feel around people the more you keep pushing yourself and getting comfortable with being uncomfortable in these social situations. So that's the way to go about it. Write that down. Exposure therapy, which is just a professional term for what I teach and encourage people, which is to confront or face your fears. So the reason why I say do it slowly, a lot of people with social anxiety feel pressure that they have to be extroverted, that they have to be the center of attention, that they have to be confident. You don't have to be perfect, and you don't need to always be an extrovert to get confident, comfortable around people, and find some self-esteem and self-acceptance in yourself. So that's very, very important. The next tip is what I call risk versus reward, which is another mindset. Most people with social anxiety always focus on the risk. Oh, what if I go on that first date? What if I get nervous? What if I get embarrassed? What if I start blushing? What if I start sweating? What if my anxiety starts coming out and spilling and people can see it and then I get embarrassed? You have to start not focusing on the risk, you have to focus on the reward. When you push yourself and you go through these uncomfortable social situations, you're going to grow afterwards. And this is how you gain confidence. You're going to feel better about yourself because you put yourself through a situation which is challenging, frightening nonetheless, difficult, but you've managed to get through it. So when you focus on what you're going to gain, rather than what might I lose or will I be embarrassed or judged, it gives you a lot more confidence going into these situations. Just changing the way that you think changes the way that you act, and that will start adding up along with the social exposure, the exposure therapy, and it will start giving you more confidence. Now the next bit, which is my favorite, and if you're getting a lot out of this video, I'm really enjoying doing it, hit like, and you're going to talk to me in the comments when we end this video. This is the social skills I can't wait to teach you guys and girls. A lot of people, when they're in social situations and they're suffering from social anxiety, they will start getting very self-conscious. When the person is talking to them, I had this too, and I still get a little bit, but I deal with it a lot better. They start worrying about, is the person looking at them, judging them, criticizing the way that they're acting or performing. What you need to do when the anxiety starts coming up and that thought pattern starts coming in and saying, oh my God, what are they thinking about me? They're looking at me. All you need to do is observe those feelings and emotions, which is challenging initially, and focus on the other person. One of the other techniques that I do that I want you guys and girls to practice is, if I feel myself getting really overwhelmed, I will ask the person a question about themselves. Be interested in the other person. What that does is, it takes your mind off your own anxiety, off feeling like you're in a spotlight. And it's also a great social skill to have that other people appreciate, because most people, as you know, they just care about themselves. Not all people, some people do. I know you guys and girls are great people on this channel, but some people, it's all about them. So when you ask other people about themselves, usually they do like to talk about themselves. So during that time that they're answering your question, another technique that I use that you can use, you can tell yourself to calm down. And I like calming down your inner child, or the little girl in you, little boy in you, what they call that in psychology, inner child. You're almost calming down a little child that's scared, and it's going to be all right, relax, I'm not going to die. This person is not thinking all these terrible thoughts about me. I can't know for sure what someone's thinking. None of us can fully mind read what someone's thinking, right? I mean, maybe I can because I'm charming, that's just a joke, but most of us can't. We can think, we can assume we know what someone's thinking about us, but we never can really know. We can't get in their head. So as you start doing this, what will happen is you'll get into more of a flow in your social conversations. You'll get more present, and then the anxiety will completely remove itself. It's a bit like bad weather coming in, a storm. It comes in, the anxiety, and then it comes away, and then the sunshine comes in. And the sunshine's coming through my window today. If you like the sunshine on my videos or my lighting, or you think I'm charming because I've got Irish in me, then let us know in the box below, alright? And also doing what I'm doing. The next step is, I know it's hard when you're nervous and you're anxious and you feel tired. Try your best to have fun and relax. Most people don't like being serious all the time. I know there's some settings, sometimes in the workplace, you can't just completely start making jokes all the time. But in most social situations and gatherings, people love people that are playful and can have a fun and have a laugh and make a joke. So don't take yourself so seriously, and that will start enabling you to start being less socially inhibited, and that feeling that you're closed and you're tight. So that's really important. Another really good social skill is to find a common topic that you and the person is passionate and likes between you and the person. And the way you do that is simply by saying, You know, what are you passionate about? What do you enjoy? When you ask someone what do they enjoy, most people will tell you. And for example, I love personal development. I love self-help. I love facing fears and growing and building confidence and helping people. I like entrepreneurship. I like sports. I like sightseeing. I love coffee. Now, if I asked you, do you like coffee? And you said you love coffee, and I said, which coffee latte? We could get into a whole dialogue about that. We could get into coffee shops, places around Europe, different types of coffee. We could really build a good connection just by establishing a commonality that we've got between us. And that really starts to take away your social anxiety and really improve you. The next tip is, which is really important, you're going to make social mistakes along the way. It's inevitable. No one's perfect. I still make social mistakes. So it's important. I know it's really hard, guys and girls, because I'm hard on myself sometimes, and I'm sure you are. You have to forgive yourself and move on. Just because you get awkward or nervous, you're not going to be condemned and judged forever. No one's going to remember that. People have got their own problems to worry about. Everyone can relate to getting nervous or shy or anxious at some point in their life. So forgive yourself. The best thing you can do is get back on the horse and get back out and socialize. You can always address, in most cases, a social mistake that you feel that you made by trying again. An example is, if you go on a first date and you get nervous and you come away and you feel embarrassed and you judge yourself, then the best thing to do, in my experience, is to go on another date. Now, what happens is, when you go into a new social situation, you go in there with more experience. So the social mistakes, in actual fact, the failures that you feel where you failed, the awkwardness, the blushing, the sweating, the drying up, the not knowing what to say, sometimes not being able to say things that you want to say because you get so socially paralyzed, or you get nervous about upsetting people or coming across in a certain way that you don't think is appropriate. The best way to address that is to keep going. And confidence is not only gained from positive experiences that we have in our social interactions and our relationships. Confidence is also gained in not letting the failures defeat you and coming back. So that's really important. Another great social skill that I really want you to practice is listening. Now, if I get really nervous in social situations, what I tend to do is I will use that negative into a positive. So I may go quiet, but I will acknowledge the person and kind of give them that energy, that presence, if that makes sense, that I'm listening. I'm taking a back seat, which is a really powerful social behavior and very honest. And again, people love good listeners. So you don't have to keep speaking like a tape recorder. You can stop, breathe, collect your thoughts, and listen, and let the other person talk. And then as you're listening, you can calm the anxiety down. You can calm it down, because it does rise up. It does try to come in and make you nervous and stop you from talking. And the more you practice this, believe me, the more confident you'll get and the less anxiety you're going to have. So practice is the key within all these techniques. Another great social skill, which I find, if you're really nervous about running out of things to say, you can plan 3 conversational starters before you go into your social interactions. You can have 3 things to fall back on. 3 things that I always fall back on is, where did you grow up? What do you enjoy doing, and why do you enjoy doing it? If you use those 3 things, you're never really going to run out of things to say, because someone will always have a lot to say on those matters. So it's really about coming to terms with who you are as a person and not allowing the opinions of other people to dictate your character and what your self-worth is. So I hope you enjoyed those. There's a few more. Another great technique I've said in my videos, which is about joining the gym and training regularly. When you train regularly, you feel fit, it lowers anxiety, and then you can go into social situations feeling more relaxed, less nervous, and much more confident. Another one is actually telling yourself that you love the fear. Most of us have told ourselves that we don't like the feeling, or we hate the anxiety. To tell yourself that you actually like it and change it into excitement can really help you. So try those things. I know they'll really help you. They changed my life. And you can check out my other videos where I've given a lot of other tips. But I want to leave it for today so you don't get overwhelmed. So I hope you enjoyed the video. I love making it. Remember, become fearless, because when you do, your life becomes limitless. And don't forget to like, share and subscribe. And I'll see you next video. Let me know in the comments below what was the best technique that I gave you today, the one that was most helpful for you, and then I know what techniques are helping people. I can make more videos, alright? I'll see you soon, have a great day. Remember, take action.